Hi, this is Emily Slaney with TVinsider.com, and I'm sitting here with Bruce Campbell, who is hosting and executive producing Travel Channel's new reboot of Ripley's Believe It or Not.
Can you believe it? Do you believe it?
I do, and I'm excited for it.
You should be. There's a lot of cool going on out there. So we're kind of catching up from the time the last show. Ripley's had a couple of these shows before. And I think we're just going to top the list off of what's happening out there. It really is amazing when you see the stories of the types of amazing stuff out there, anyone from nature to disabilities to crazy mad skills. There's a lot to do.
What made you interested in wanting to do this reboot?
It's Ripley's. I think it's really fascinating in that nothing we do is fake. It's not like it's way different than a movie.
Yeah.
These are people they really are. Our word is extraordinary. Some people would say freak show, but we don't do the F word. Because we're featuring people who look like us. Mm-hmm. You'd walk right past them in the street, and yet they have crazy mad skills or abilities that they've either honed or had naturally.
Right. And what are some of your favorites that we see? I know Troy James. He is a contortionist.
That's crazy.
Insane.
Yeah. That's where don't try this at home, kids. He'll work in movies, because he does have special skills.
Right.
He's taken some would say it a deformity, some would say an anomaly. He just was like, okay, well, I got this. So what am I going to do with it? You either do nothing with it or you go for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's impressive. Very impressive.
What are some of your other more impressive ones that we'll
There's
get to see?
A blind boy who just wanted to ride a bicycle like every other kid, right?
Yeah.
So he learns that bats echolocate by making clicking noises.
Right.
Because it bounces off that camera, lets you know the camera's 6 feet away, the wall is 8 feet away, the carpet is dead, nothing comes back from that, so that might be a different type of surface. Mm-hmm. So he wound up doing like a bat, and he could ride his bike, and he would click as he went and bounce the sounds off, and he knew when an alley was coming up and when a wall was coming up.
That's amazing.
And he that's extraordinary.
Extraordinary.
And he got so good he taught other kids how to ride, other blind kids how to ride a bicycle because he just wanted to ride a bike. I get choked up thinking about it because he just wanted to be a kid. He had the will to overcome something that a lot of kids go, I can't do anything, I'm blind,
Right.
So I think if you have a disability or any vision problems, you see something like that, you go, okay, let me rethink this. That's the depth of the show because there's one thing is the car crash mentality. You're going to see some weird stuff,
right?
Admittedly, but what's behind it? Who are the people behind it? What's the story?
Do you have any Ripley-esque abilities, or if you could hone any ability?
I have one
to be on the show.
Banana slicing.
Okay.
I've invented a completely new, and you can try this at home if you want. Conventional bananas. How do you slice them? Boring. Chop, 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 chop. They stack onto each other and stick together. I was tired of that. I pioneered a new method. It's the alternating cuts.
All right.
The banana is twirling in your hand as you're cutting, and you're always cutting at a diagonal angle.
So machete-like.
But it's not necessarily fast. It's just precise, and you're rotating, so the cuts are all different. You look in that bowl, not a single piece of banana will be touching or connecting or stuck to another banana because each shape is different. Geographically, I freaking nailed it. Well, no, geometrically, excuse me.
Yes.
I changed the geometry, and I changed my life. Believe it or not.
Do it. Believe it or not.
Huh?
I love it.
You know I had to do that. Contractually, I have to do that now after everything I say.
You're shooting your scenes in the Ripley's warehouse in Orlando.
Yep.
What was it like the first time that you walked into that warehouse?
Boring. There's nothing in there to see.
Nothing at all.
They have a crazy collection, as you can imagine.
Absolutely.
It's not only big, they have the stuff that I will call interesting. They have the stuff that people would actually want to see, in my opinion.
Right.
You can go to the Smithsonian to see the very important old stuff. But it's not as cool as the Ripley collection.
Yeah. Now, you have said that you're laying Ash to rest in a live action form. You'll be voicing him in the upcoming video games. But
are you putting words in my mouth?
I don't know. I read it online.
You did, so it must be true.
It must be true.
Yes, that's true. Yes, I've retired him in visual form. so that I can move on into the crooked politician phase of my career. But I'm going to do the voice for, the upcoming Evil Dead game.
Right.
So we're teasing him.
Yes.
We've teased him in Dead by Daylight, and he might be teased in Mortal Kombat 11.
Now, you've also mentioned that if Ash were to ever continue and Evil Dead as a universe was ever to continue in a live action format, you'd be interested in producing. What do you think it is about the Evil Dead universe that just, it lives on, it doesn't die?
Well, I like the fact that the lead guy has no skills whatsoever. He's not a Navy SEAL.
Right.
Former this, former that. He was not born on another planet. He has no background, no skills. And so I think the average person watching it, goes, that's me. Yeah. I can save the world. If he can save the world. I mean, the last season of our show, he was doing mescaline, drinking heavily, lots of marijuana, and they did ketamine at one point. This is the guy who has to save the world.
Right.
And as an actor, man, where do I sign up for that?
Ripley's, Believe It or Not, premieres June 9th at 9, 8 Central on Travel Channel.